It's a book that spans. It's like a grand sweeping adventure. You know, like book two, you went like across the country into different cities and stuff, and then like book three, it was pretty much all in one place.
Mhm.
I prefer the grand sprawling adventures to the just one city type thing, and this is one of those. Anyway, it looks like we are streaming. The internet can totally see you now. To stop, use your encoder. They can see me. Aww.
I thought you were talking to me. I'm like, I don't. I thought I unplugged all the cameras.
Alright, I'm gonna go grab a drink. I'll be right back. I'm also gonna tweet that we're streaming. So let me do that
You're gonna
first.
leave me alone in these incapable hands?
Yes.
These strong hands.
Never-ending story. Where is my stream URL? There we go. Copy. Pasta. Okay. I'll be right back.
Welcome, everyone that may or may not be here. I hope you're doing well today. I'll be your host. Mr. Bunny Booty. I'll be your guide for this stream. If you're looking for Squee, he'll be back in a moment. But for now, you're with me. God, speaking of being different characters and things like that, I have been loving freaking playing as Lucas so much. So gosh darn much. Uh, I'm glad that I'm also playing other RPGs that have like more like serious characters, serious-ish characters, so I can get that nice contrast with that to Lucas. Freaking love that guy. I can't wait to get. Oh, I should probably do that at some time. Oops.
Ta-da!
Hello. Hello.
Hello. All right. Hi, everyone on the stream. Sorry. Are you ready to get started? Let's just get started.
Sure.
'Cause
Fine.
I kind of forgot that I'm just leaving these streams up for our, sessions. Thus, maybe starting the stream and then walking away for 5 minutes, not the best idea.
Maybe. Who knows?
But,
I don't know.
All right. So, welcome everyone. Piph and I are about to start the Magna Kai series. Last week we finished the Kai series, which is the first 5 books of the Lone Wolf Saga. And now he defeated the Dark Lord Hakan, Vegeta, whatever.
Can I get a window into your room?
If you must. If you must. Everyone on the stream can see my desktop with way too many shortcuts. I've got to... I have a habit of saving things to my desktop real quick if I'm going to use it right then and there, because it's just, save it, grab it. So
Right.
I need to go through and delete like 2/3 of that.
Probably.
Probably. Alright,
Marvelous.
here we go.
Your room is as empty as your soul.
I like it that way. That should have been the retort. I like my room. What's wrong with my room, Rose?
It's as empty as your soul.
I like my soul.
I put all the things where I wanted in my soul where they're supposed to be.
Just because I'm not a pack rat like some people. Alright.
Don't move things around in my soul. I won't freaking find them anymore.
You are the Kai Master Lone Wolf, last of the Kai
shit.
Lords of Summerland, and the
Okay,
sole
that's true.
survivor of a massacre that destroyed your warrior kinsmen during the bitter war with your age-old enemy, trees?
That bitter war of that, like, one ambush that took everyone out but me.
Yeah, of the Dark Lords of Helgedad. Well, no, they had been fighting each other for thousands of years, but just
Oh.
more successfully that day than others.
There was just a room full of all of them, and then people swooped in, killed them all, and left.
No,
And
I
then-
think they collapsed the walls on them.
Yeah, the walls killed them. I forgot about that.
3 years have passed.
Also.
Seriously, like all those people with hunting and camouflage and healing and walls did them in. Ouch.
If only Sixth Sense would work. Would have
Right?
saved so many lives.
None of their Sixth Sense saw it coming.
Somebody's like practicing Sixth Sense. They're just, it's just responsive. Beware of walls.
3 years have passed since your triumph over the Dark Lord Hakan at the tomb of the Majan, and for the northern realm of Summerland, these have been 3 years of peace and prosperity. Since Hakan's defeat, the power of the Dark Lords has waned. Rumors abound that a civil war rages in Helgedad as the lesser Dark Lords fight for power and dominion over the city. However, it is a widely held belief in Summerland that your discovery of the lost Summerlanding treasure, the Book of the Magnikai, is the real reason for their power struggle. Really? Because I think them losing their leader would be enough of a reason for a power struggle, but sure, you guys go ahead and think what you want.
Some sort of book.
Not the power vacuum that was left by the death of their leader. Nope, it's a book.
It's a book.
When you discovered the Book of the Magnikai, you gave a solemn pledge to restore the Kai to their former glory, and so ensure the security of your land for years to come. You returned to your homeland, and in the seclusion of your monastery in the hills, set about the study of the Magnikai disciplines. It was an exciting task, a trial of physical strength and mental fortitude. The seasons came and went, but you were unaware of the passage of time, lost in your quest for knowledge and the skills of your warrior kin. 3 years have determined study. 3 years of determined study pass, revealing the secrets of 3 Magnikai disciplines. However, the others cannot be learnt by study alone, and in order to fulfill your pledge to restore the Kai, you must complete the quest first made by Sun Eagle over 1,000 years ago.
What the fuck is Sun Eagle?
That's the first Kai Lord, I think. I think they explain it, yeah. When he had finally completed his quest, he recorded all his experiences in the Book of the Magnikai, but the script has faded with the passing years, and now few words remain to guide you. Seek and find the lore stones of Veretta, for this alone holds the power and the wisdom. And the wisdom are the few words you can still decipher from the Grandmaster's Chronicle. Now, hang on, there's a footnote there. No? There's not a footnote there?
No, that's just a quote thing.
Oh!
Yeah.
I knew that. Although the verse is brief, you are not without hope, for you recognize the name Veretta. It is one of the oldest cities in Magnamund, lying in the Stonelands beyond the Macken Gorge, far to the south of Summerland. You realize that you must set out upon a quest without delay, for the war in Helgedad will not last indefinitely, and the Dark Lord swore long ago to conquer your country and destroy your people. As soon
There's no time to waste. 3 years later.
As soon as their civil strife is resolved, the victorious lords of evil return on Summerland and summon the creatures of the Dark Realm to thwart your quest. You must therefore act quickly and with secrecy, for your life and the future of Summerland depends on your success. And so, guided by the words of your ancient mentor, and with the shadow of the Dark Lords ever present, you set out on a quest for the lore stone of Veretta, unaware of the wonders and the horrors that await you in the Stonelands. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, you know all the game rules. You don't have to pick your random numbers because this book actually carries all that over, so you're good.
Oh, cool.
You'll have to do it again. Well, when you get to the Grand Kai, you'll have to choose how you want to handle it, but you basically increase. You can either like keep everything you've gained through the Magna Kai series, or you can re-roll it, and you'll have the choice at that point in time.
Okay.
If you've successfully completed any of the previous Adventures of the Lone Wolf series, books 1 through 5, you can carry your current combat scores and see. It just basically says what I said. During your training as a Kai Lord, and in the course of the adventures that led you to discover the Book of the Magna Kai, you have mastered all 10 of the basic warrior skills known as the Kai disciplines. But for the purposes of the mechanics, we're going to forget all that.
Okay.
After studying the Book of the Magna Kai, you have also reached the rank of Kai Master Superior, which means that you have learned 3 of the Magna Kai disciplines listed below. It is up to you to choose which 3 skills these are, as all of the Magna Kai disciplines will be of use to you at some point in your adventure. Pick your 3 with care. The correct use of a Magna Kai discipline at the right time can save your life. Now, the Magna Kai skills are divided into groups, each of which is governed by a separate school of training. These groups are called lore circles. By mastering all of the Magna Kai disciplines in a particular lore circle, you gain an increase to your combat skill and endurance score points. See the section Lore Circles and Magna Kai for details and bonuses. When you have chosen your 3 Magna Kai disciplines, enter them in the Magna Kai disciplines section of your action chart. Now, before you start picking your skills, let me go show you the Magna Kai Lore Circles.
Okay. You might want to save before you hit next.
Yeah, let's do that. Save.
Just in case.
Let's see here. Worry about that stuff later.
Rope.
Why couldn't they have put the bonuses of the lore circles right next to,
all of the things?
All of the things. What?
What, there isn't
there.
A Kai Master for really reals?
There. In the years before the massacre, the Kai Masters of Summerland devoted themselves to the study of the Magna Kai. These skills were divided into 4 schools of training called Lore Circles. By mastering all of the Magna Kai disciplines of the Lore Circle, the Kai Masters developed their fighting prowess and their physical and mental stamina to a level far higher than any mortal warrior could otherwise attain. So here are the Lore Circles. Circle of Fire, Weapon Mastery and Hunt Mastery. Circle of Light, Animal Control and Curing. Circle of Solaris, Invisibility, Hunt Mastery, and Pathmanship. Circle of Spirit, Psi Surge, Psi Screen, Nexus, and Divination, which is your new 6th sense. Now, here's what the bonuses give you. Circle of Fire, which is Weapon Mastery and Hunt Mastery, is +1 to Combat Skill, +2 to Endurance. Circle of Light, which is Animal Control and Curing, +3 to Endurance. Circle of Solaris, which is Invisibility, Hunt Mastery, and Pathmanship, is +1 to Combat Skill, +3 to Endurance. And Circle of Spirit, which is Psi Screen, Psi Surge, Nexus, Divination, +3 to Combat Skill, and +3 to Endurance. Excuse me. And this is in addition to any bonuses the skills themselves give you.
What is Nexus?
Nexus. Let me go back. I said let me go back.
You might want to hit that load button. All right.
So let me go through all the skills, because they have changed a bit. Weapon Mastery. The Magic skill enables the Kai Master to become proficient in the use of all types of weapons. When you enter combat with a weapon you have mastered, add 3 points to your combat skill. At the rank of Master Superior with which you begin the Magna Kai series means you've skilled in 3 of weapons listed below. The fact that you are skilled with 3 weapons does not mean that you begin the adventure carrying them. However, if you choose this skill, you'll add +3 to your weapon, your combat skill on your action chart. Now, this is not in addition to the +3 that you got the first time, which is why I said we have to forget a lot of these mechanics. This does not stack.
Okay.
Animal Control. You know what Animal Control is.
Well,
It's
I?
It's just better version of what you had before. Magna-Kai
But
Discipline enables the Kai Masters to communicate with most animals and determine their purpose and intentions. It also enables the Kai Master to fight from the saddle with great advantage. Well, that's new.
Oh boy, horses,
Curing.
dolphins.
The possessor of this skill can restore one lost endurance point to his total for every numbered section of the book through which he passes, provided he is not involved in combat. The Magna-Kai Discipline also enables a Kai Master to cure disease, blindness, and any combat wounds sustained by others, as well as himself. Using the knowledge that mastery of the skill provides will also allow the Kai Master to identify the properties of any herbs, roots, and potions that may be encountered during the adventure.
Oh boy.
Invisibility. This Magna-Kai skill allows the Kai Master to blend in with his surroundings, even in the most exposed terrain. They will enable him to mask his body, heat, and scent, and to adopt a dialect and mannerisms of any town or city that he visits. I just have this image of he just stands in the middle of an open field and stops moving, and everyone's like, where'd he go? Hunt Mastery. This skill ensures that a Kai Master will never starve in the wild. He will always be able to hunt for food, even in areas of wasteland or desert. It also enables the Kai Master to move with great speed and dexterity, and will allow him to ignore the extra loss of combat skills due to any surprise attack or ambush. Pathmanship. In addition to the basic skill of being able to recognize a correct path in unknown territory, Magna-Kai skill of Pathmanship will enable the Kai Master to read foreign languages, decipher symbols, read footprints and tracks even if they have been disturbed, and detect the presence of most traps. It also grants him the gift of always knowing intuitively the position of north. Like, if north is on this side of the debate, or if north is on that side of the debate, he'll know. Psi Surge. This psychic skill enables a Kai Master to attack an enemy using the force of his mind. It can be used as well as normal combat weapons and adds 4 extra points to your combat skill. Now, it's important to know that this is one skill that actually can stack. You have Mind Blast, and you can use Mind Blast in combat. The book realizes this. Back in the other one, if you had Mind Blast, you could add 2 to your combat skill. You can still do this. And you choose. Either you use Mind Blast, or you use Psi Surge, which is more combat skill, but you lose endurance points.
I see.
It is a powerful discipline, but it's also a costly one. For every round of combat in which you use Psi Surge, you must deduct 2 endurance points. A weaker form of Psi Surge called Mind Blast can be used against any enemy without losing any endurance points, but will add only 2 extra points to your combat skill. Psi Surge and Mind Blast cannot be used simultaneously. Psi Surge cannot be used if your endurance falls below 6 or under. Oh, wait, I guess you only get these 2 if you choose this skill, which makes no sense, but okay. Yeah. Many of the hostile creatures that inhabit Magnamund have the ability to attack you using their Mind Force. The Magna-Kai Discipline of Psi Screen prevents you from losing any endurance points when subjected to this form of attack, and greatly increases your defense against supernatural illusions and hypnosis. Nexus. Mastery of this magical skill will enable you to withstand the extremes of heat and cold without losing endurance points, and to move items with the powers of concentration alone. So it's mind over matter with extra.
Okay.
And last but not least, Divination, 6 Sense Plus.
Oh, tell me what it does.
This skill may warn a Kai Master of imminent or unseen danger, or enable him to detect an invisible or hidden enemy. It may also reveal the true purpose or intent of a stranger. I love how I say may also reveal
it could be.
the true purpose or intent of a stranger or strange object encountered on your adventure. Divination may enable you to communicate telepathically with another person and to sense it if a creature possesses psychic abilities. Also, I should point out, starting with the Magna-Kai Adventures, they also, every time you go up in a book, you go up in rank, and each time you go up in rank, some of your abilities get cool, newer effects.
Oh.
I forget exactly when, I think it's way down the road in the Magna-Kai, but eventually Divination will allow you to spirit walk. That kind of thing.
Neat. Alright, right off the bat, Divination. Easy choice.
Of course.
You have to choose Sixth Sense. It's important. It saves lives, Squee.
It does. It totally does.
So, how about if we scroll up? If I remember correctly, the other things that were in that category...
Nexus, Psi Screen, and Psi Surge.
Okay. So, just because I'd rather not be caught with my pants down, I'm going to actually kind of ignore the battle bonuses I get from the circles for now,
Mm-hmm.
and just get healing and weapon stuff.
Yeah.
Because I mean, those
Well,
are kind of like the bread and butter.
well, and you could look at it this way too: is that you're also putting points into other lore circles so you can get them more quickly. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So yeah. So we'll choose weapon skill. All right. And curing.
Curing.
Curing. Okay. Da 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 da. You don't need 7 cents help. Thanks.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
The 7th sense.
Okay. Before leaving Summerland on your quest for the lore stone of Areta, you equip yourself. Oh, hang on. Let me go to your action chart. Let me go to your special items. And get rid of some of this stuff, or at least deposit some of it.
Yes. Map of Sunderland, of course.
You don't need the diamond. I don't think. I don't know. Okay, I'm not gonna. I'll let you choose that one. But I know you don't need this.
Okay. Oh no, my badge of rank.
Yeah, you don't need that. You don't need the
But
scroll, Piph.
What? No.
You don't
Fine,
need...
I'll put away the scroll. But put the badge back on.
Fine. All right, hang on. I'll put it back on in a second. You don't need the black sash. You don't need the brass whistle. I'm gonna leave
No,
these.
put back on the brass whistle.
You can only carry so many items.
I know. Put on the brass whistle.
All right. Look. Here's the brass whistle, and here's your badge of rank. All right.
Yeah, there we go.
Do you want your 5 gold crowns?
How much gold do I have at the moment?
30. And you're going to get more. You now have 31.
Woo!
No, 41. Oh god, I don't think you need do you okay, you can keep some, you can put them in the storage.
I'm going to put away 15.
Oh, right then. So you're going to give 15.
Stupid 6 cents not telling me when I'm going to get mugged. I'm still going to call it 6 cents because fuck that.
All right. So let me hang on. Let me go to your special items.
Did I get to choose my weapons, by the way?
Not yet. In fact, I don't think you did at all.
What?
Yeah.
How do I get the bonus then?
Yeah, I'm really not sure how that works exactly. Hang on. So wait. Where's table of contents. All right. Magna Chi disciplines. Yeah, weapon mastery, you just choose it, but it doesn't say... Oh, wait. On your action chart, and tick the chosen weapons on your weapon list.
Weapon list. Alright, where's the weapon list?
Oh,
here it is.
There you go. So you get to choose 3.
What's the Summerswerd? A short sword or a broadsword?
It's a long sword, actually. There's no long sword here?
I guess it's a broadsword.
No, wait, there's got to be a long sword on this. Dagger, spear,
There's
short sword.
normal sword.
Yeah, sword. It's considered a sword.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah, it's just considered a sword. It's actually, technically, for the book's purposes, it counts as a sword or a broadsword.
Okay. Let's just take sword then.
All right. Do you want your warhammer, or do you want... bows are a new thing in this game. Bows, generally, here's how they work. You can carry a bow, you can carry a quiver with a certain amount of arrows. If you have both of these things, there will be options to use them. Sometimes you can avoid combat completely, sometimes you can wound a person before you get into combat, sometimes you can use them in a variety of different ways. Having weapon mastery in bow, I believe, adds a number... The way bow normally works is, do you want to use a bow? Yes? Okay, use a bow, choose a number on the meta number table. How well you rolled is how well the shot was. Having weapon mastery in bow adds to that roll.
Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to definitely get bow because I like the utility of special skill things.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you get a +6 if you choose both of the swords, person in chat. I think it's an or thing. Now the choice is either between my classic Warhammer or mace, because...
You have the jeweled mace, yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to stick with my Warhammer, because...
Alright, I think in later books you get to add to it, so...
Okay.
There you go. Alright, so, it's a good thing you asked about that, because I needed to go back and look for that. So, equipment. Okay, you got your map, you got your gold. Oh, hang on.
Did I get my map?
Yeah, let me make absolutely sure. I'm almost positive you did, but let's... Oh, we didn't even... Hang on, we didn't even get done with this part yet. Yes, you got the map of the Stornlands, which is... this.
Oh, it's just as pretty as I remember it.
You've never seen it before, Piph. Alright, you want to keep your badge of rank, you want to keep your brass whistle. Jeweled mace, yes or no?
Let's go with yes for now.
Okay, shield, I assume.
Yes, absolutely.
Map of Vasagonia, you don't need it at all, I promise.
Pause it, yeah.
Dagger of Vashna, very powerful weapon. Could be useful, could not.
×1 damage versus undead.
I'm assuming that means double damage. Like an extra...
It does the same amount against undead. Can you believe it?
What? She just lists that against everything.
Do I want an evil fucking dagger?
I will say this. In the entire series of Lone Wolf, and I will be as broad as I can, the Dagger of Vashna is useful. I'm not going to say which book, where, how far from now, or anything, but it is useful further down the road. It's not like your freaking badge of rank, which will never be spoken of again.
Hey. I showed that to so many people, and they're going like, oh my god! Can you believe in miracles?
But it's up to you if you want to deposit it or not.
But damn, do you see this thing? Okay, yes, I'll like to keep the dagger.
All right. Chainmail waistcoat. I assume you'd probably want to keep that in the padded leather. Diamond. Okay. Cult Fire Sphere. Same thing as the Vashna. Yes. You know, even I think like even 10 books down the road, they'll still ask you if you have it once in a while.
Yes.
Diamond. I don't know. Honestly.
I'm going to keep it.
Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yay! I don't think we have the limiter ticked on. I think you can keep as many special items as you want. I kind of prefer it that way because...
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah. All right. So you can keep your brass... your brass whistle.
Can you believe in miracles?
All right. You can take 5 items from the list below. Again, adding these if necessary to any you may already possess. Hang on one second. I'm going to go look at your backpack. If you have any... Yeah, your special rations. Dude, it's been 3 years. They're gone now.
No!
They're gone. You ate them.
I eat them. Okay, good. I eat them. I eat the rotting remains.
You see your hit points going down. Of course, the elixirs and stuff would stay. Sure. That reminds me. Also, let's take a look in here. This is gone. Really. Is there anything from here you want to take out? The potion of lamps for...
Potion of lamps for...
Question mark.
The blue stone triangle? Yes.
No.
They asked me that last book, and they're just like, fuck, I didn't bring it.
Alright, fine. Alright, what about the potion of lamps for?
No, I'll leave that.
Alright. So, anyway, back to your backpack. So, you can choose 5 items. There's a sword, there's a potion... Oh, hang on, let's go to your weapons. You have the Warhammer sword already. And the Summerswerd.
The
Summerswerd. So, but you've got sword, potion of lamps for... Warhammer, bow, quiver, contains 6 arrows, tick them off as they're used. 4 special rations, a quarterstaff, and a padded leather, a rope, dagger, tinderbox, axe. I can let you know this. You don't need a tinderbox, you have a culty flame sphere.
Shh, don't tell me that. Might use...
So how many things? You know what? I'll be completely honest. I don't remember everything in this book. It's very possible that, like, do you have a tinderbox specifically?
All right. So, I'm going to ask this. How many things can I take?
I actually just held up my hand. You have 5. 5 things you can take.
I cannot see your hands.
I was taking a drink of something, so I just put up my hand.
All right. So, I would definitely like bow and quiver.
Okay.
Does that take up a weapon slot?
I believe it does, actually.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna have to put away my sword.
Yes. All right. So let's go to your sword and deposit it. And then take the bow, and then the quiver.
Which is a specialty item.
Yeah, so it should still be down here, though. Because you have quiver, yes, and 6 arrows. So it'll count it for you. That's cool.
Okay. I have... I'm tempted to just put the rest in the special rations and then hit the road.
Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna...
You already have a rope, yeah.
Okay, I do have a rope. Wait, what's the dagger? Is that still just a weapon?
It's still just a weapon.
Okay, then F that. Just special rations.
Nom, nom, nom.
Ian had cheese in the one I just ate. Oh.
And you still have 2 slots open in your backpack.
I wanted my special rations. Why does it say meal?
No, it's a meal.
The fuck?
You don't get no special rations.
Where's my special rations? They're for the good times.
Nope.
Fuck.
I should have. You know what the worst part is? I should have just left the special rations in there and used those as 2 of your.
Yeah.
Oh well. Those special rations were gone, though.
My special ration.
My special rations. Alright, you already know about the lore circles. Improve disciplines. As you rise through the higher levels of Magnikai training, you will find that each of your skills will steadily improve. For example, if you possess the discipline of divination, when you reach the Magnikai rank of Scion Kai, you will be able to spirit walk. I literally just told him this book. Literally just told him this. Not figuratively.
Sounds like Squeeze copywriting all over this.
Your quest for the lore stone of Veretta will be fraught with danger, for the lands that border the River Storn are wild and turbulent nations, constantly warring with one another. Use the map to help you during your adventure and make notes as you progress through the story, for they will be of great help in this and future adventures. Many things that you find will help you during your adventure. Some special items will be useful, others are red herrings with no real use of all. Choose your skills carefully. May the spirit of Sun Eagle guide you on the path of the Magnikai.
Don't you mean some of angles?
Good luck. The courtyard of the Kai Monastery is strangely silent the morning you begin the quest. A blanket of frost sparkles? Oh yeah, I guess it does. Okay, sparkles on the battlements of the air, and the air is crisp and clear as you guide your horse down the steep hill track that disappears into the Freyland forest. It is only a little later when you look back to see the tall gray towers of your stronghold silhouetted against the sky. You bid a silent farewell before entering the densely packed trees. You do not look back again to the 2 rats that you have left behind.
Shake my fist at the towers and then go into some trees, like I usually do.
Okay, I just like what they said. Piph, 6 cents. Squee, you will lose your special rations. Thanks, 6 cents.
Oh, God.
The long ride south is not without incident. On Raiders Road, the highway between the capital and the province of Ruanan, you are confronted by a ragged outlaw band. They demand gold, but instead, you show them your badge of rank and they let you pass.
Oh, sweet.
You fight them and they flee in confusion, leaving 3 of their number dead on the highway. After this encounter, you are given a wide berth by all other unsavory characters of this bleak and desolate region.
You murdered a few folk and people just went, shit.
Yeah, here's how it really went down. Sir, if you mind, we're trying to get to market. You're in my way. Sir, I'm sorry, your cart's too big. Are you attacking me? What, sir? No! Ah!
Mind blast!
Do you think he says that when he uses it?
I hope so.
Long ago, in Ruinan, you are greeted with a hero's welcome by the lord of the land, Baron Vanalund. He and his people will never forget the debt they owe you, for it was your courage that once saved them from the destruction at the hands of an evil renegade warlord. You are made so welcome by the Ruinese that your quest is in danger of being forgotten in the endless round of banquets and celebrations held in your honor. However, you cannot neglect your duty, and 3 years later, the time soon comes for you to leave the mining town and venture south once more. No time to lose, Piph. Dark Lord's coming.
Better hurry. What do you think, divination?
You have time for one more banquet. Oops.
All right.
Alright, hang on one second, guys. Hang on one moment.
I'm hanging on so much right now.
Alright, sorry, I'm back. Give me a second. Excuse me. Whoa. Wow. Long ago, the highways from Ruinan to Coralin was torn in two by a terrible earthquake that scarred the land for hundreds of miles. This deep crevice became known as the Mackin Gorge, the Chasm of Doom.
I don't think I've ever heard the Chasm of Doom until now.
Eh?
All I heard was Mackin Gorge.
Actually, the fourth book was called The Chasm of Doom.
That's all I heard, though.
Seriously, the title of the fourth book.
Yeah, but the person in the story can't read that.
Except for that one guy that stared out at us from the book. Am I in a book? Alright, for its fathomless depths are cursed with a dreadful legacy. It was here, during the age of the Black Moon, that King Ulnar killed the mightiest of the Dark Lords, Lord Vashna, whose body, along with the bodies of his followers, were cast down into the bottomless reach. The legends say that his death cry will echo through the gorge until he rises again to wreak his vengeance on Summerlund and the House of Ulnar. You are eager to avoid the Chasm of Doom, and a long detour to the free city-state of Cyrus is far better prospect than a visit to the ghost city of Mackin. Gradually, the fertile plain of the southern Ruinan gives way to the sparse vegetation on the borders of the dry main. There, like a jewel rising out of the desert, lies the city-state of Casseron. You stay in the city of merchants is a brief but profitable one. A piece of luck helped by your Kai skills give a profitable win at a gambling. You cheat.
Just because I can control the physical state of things and move them to my will, making all of the dice rolls perfect, does not mean I cheated at all. There's no rule against this.
With the gold you win, you replenish your supplies and purchase a fresh mount for your ride to Coralie. You left your horse behind.
Bye.
Your horse of 3 years. Oh god, is this the horse that I drove into the ground in the game?
Maybe.
A week later, you arrive safely at the outskirts of Coralin, and in the evening twilight, you find yourself grazing upon the fortified wall that surrounds the river town. To reach Verena...
Why do I get the image of him, like, attached to the wall and just eating the moss off the side slowly with his freaking, like, stoic face? Oh, you said it's gazing, not
I said grazing, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
And only here at Corlin is there a bridge that spans the fast-flowing waters of the Quarrel. The highway divides as it approaches the town wall, for there are 2 gates that provide access to to its east side. Do you wish to approach the north gate or the south gate?
Sixth Sense, where are you?
What do you think, dog that's been barking for an hour now? Can you hear that?
Yeah, a little, just a smidge.
I kid you not, he started barking like before we started streaming, and he just has not stopped.
He's a go-getter. So I'm going to go with north, because that's always been a good option in most games that I've played.
Sure, and yeah. A peasant wagon on a merchant caravan. Sorry, and a merchant caravan, not on the caravan. A peasant wagon and a merchant caravan bearing the Toa tree emblem of Casseron are waiting in front of the town gate. You bring your horse to a halt and wait in line as the great door of the rust-red iron slowly creaks open. A guard appears and gestures to the wagon and caravan to enter, but he lowers his spear menacingly as you prepare to follow. The town levy is 3 gold crowns, stranger. Pay or turn away.
I use my badge.
It has no effect.
I use my badge.
It has no effect again.
This thing's broken. All right. I would like to pay the 3 gold to the guard.
Sure. Hang on 1 second. I'm going to add inferns.
All right.
Da, 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 da.
Oh, should I do that or?
I think I just did.
Okay.
You use Inferno. It has all the effects.
The town is on fire.
Yeah.
You decide to
With a
wisely-
single man stripping in between the flames, going, ooh.
You just see like Lone Wolf like, I'll just go to the next town.
What do you
Yeah.
think, Sixth Sense?
Hey, Sixth Sense has an upgrade now, Inferno. It's called Divination.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Sweet.
It was the first thing he chose.
Future. Of course it is. Of course it is the first thing that he chose. Of course.
All right. Do you wish to pay the tax, or do you want to try and find
Yes,
another way? Okay.
absolutely.
You enter a wide street where black iron lanterns swing above the doors of the shops
Son
and houses.
of a bitch.
No, control. You must learn control. The oily black smoke staining the walls and adding a pall of gloom to the darkening sky.
I could just see like Lobo just swinging wildly in the air.
The street descends towards the River Quarrel, where flatboats lie moored at the rich merchant's wharf. Quarrelin stands at the most northerly point on the river that can be navigated by boat and barge. And it is here that the river meets the caravan routes to Casseron and the Lastlands, so ensuring the future of the town. At the approach to a wide stone bridge, you see an impressive-looking hostelry and stables and outhouses. A painted shield hangs above the courtyard gate, proudly displaying its name, the Barrel Bridge Tavern. The moment you enter the courtyard, a stable boy appears from nowhere and bids you welcome.
From nowhere. Oh my god, he's magic! Kill him! He's a Dark Lord!
He takes charge of your horse and shows you the door. What? He shows up out of nowhere, takes your horse, and kicks you out.
Oh, mother-
Shows you the door to the tavern hall.
Unleash the summer sword!
Yeah, shows you the door to the tavern hall. It is crowded despite the early hour, and the roaring fire blazes in the great stone hearth. The smell of roasting beef makes your mouth water, reminding you that you have not eaten today.
It's just silly of me.
You have pathmanship or divination. Ooh, look at
Hey,
that.
divination! Let's see what this does.
Seated near to the fireplace are 3 surly-faced drinkers, their tunics stained with the grime of travel. Each wears a red badge upon their breast, embroidered with the crossed swords of Veretta. You sense that they are soldiers of fortune, probably in the pay of a captain who comes from the same city. If you wish to join these men and perhaps find out more about Veretta, or do you decide to approach them and wish to ask... Oh, you decide not to approach them and go to the bar and ask for a room, or would you like to take a seat and order some food?
I like to waddle on up and say hi to these fine folk.
Alrighty. The soldiers are swilling ale and reminiscing about their campaigns with wild exaggeration. They are brash and loud, but an uneasy silence quickly falls when they see you approach. You notice that their hands are no longer grasping mugs of ale. They now rest upon the hilts of their heavy-bladed swords. Do you want to buy them a drink? Do you want to ask permission to join them? Do you choose to ignore them and would rather take a seat elsewhere and order some food?
Oh, shit. I would
veer off.
Yeah. What I'm going to do is, let's see, O'Reilly Bunch. Let's just freaking let's buy them some drinks. They like drinks. I can see that.
Sure. The three men exchange wary glances before offering you a seat. A pock-marked warrior snaps his fingers and shouts across the crowded hall, "Wench! 4 flagons of ale!" The beer is drawn into 4 large earthenware vessels, each of which hold half a gallon of ale. Wow. Staggering beneath their weight, the serving girl finally arrives and places the flagons on the table. 8 gold crowns, sir, she says breathlessly, with perspiration standing out on her freckled brow. Pay or don't pay?
If you can't, or just don't want to.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's pay. These coins have been burning a hole in my pocket for a while.
Apparently, dude, you don't have much left now. You're gonna have to go find another gambling hall.
I need to kill more old men. That's what I need to do.
What?
Have you not remembered in the first book? A crazy old man comes out.
God,
I killed him. And then guards are just like, thank God you did that.
Yeah, some crazy guy attacks you and you kill him.
And so the guards are just like, here's money.
Yeah,
Thank you for that.
Thanks, money. A toast to our gallant friend, cries the soldier with the pockmarked face. Honor in battle, shouts the red-haired man to his left. And a rich purse for the victor, retorts the other. They laugh heartily and raise their flagons to their lips. Their smiling faces are completely hidden by the jugs as they drink their fill. A full minute of silence passes before the 3 jugs are slammed to the table, emptied of ale. The strong beer soon dissolves any guardedness, and they become very talkative about themselves. You take this opportunity to ask them what they know of the Lorestones of Veretta. Legend, belches the redhead. Myth or legend? Not so, interrupts Pockface. That's his name now?
You are now called Pockface.
You are now hereby Pockface.
It's real enough, but it was lost years ago. The Lorestone is magical. It holds a power that can turn an ordinary man into a king. On hearing this, the other soldiers snicker, but Pockface ignores them and continues. The Lorestone was once set into the throne of Lyrus at the tower of the king of Veretta, hundreds of years ago, during the War of the Lorestone. It was stolen by a Salanese prince called Keskor. He set the stone on a gold scepter and used it in battle to inspire his followers. He believed that it made him invulnerable, but it was not so. He was killed in a battle on aboard his royal barge at Rem, and the Lorestone was lost when it fell from his hands into the depths of the river Storn. However, this is not the end of the story. There are many tales about the scepter having been found, but on the whole they have turned out to be fake or merely fanciful. The legend says whoever wields the Lorestone is the rightful ruler of the Storn lands. For this reason, above all others, the Lorestone is sought by many evil or unscrupulous men to further their dreams of power. If you wish to know more, you should go to Veretta.
Page.
Yeah, I know, right? I was going to say, if you wish to know more, visit your local library.
If you wish to know more, go fuck yourself. What do you think I am?
Who knew Pockface turned out to be like a historian or something?
Good old Pockface.
There are many learned men there who have devoted their lives to the study of the Lorestone, the sleeve of the company. I just imagine Pockface, when he started this, he put on like some spectacles, and then it's like his whole tone changed. Well, you see.
After this swig of beer...
Scholars and sages of Brass Street, they are the people to help you. Not important foreshadowing at all. You thank the soldier for his help and take your leave of the company. I just imagine Pockface, when he started this, he put on like some spectacles, and then it's like his whole tone changed. Well, you see.
After this swig of beer completely allows my mind to go right to history.
Do you wish to order some food or decide to go to the bar and inquire for a room?
Well, I haven't eaten today.
That is true.
I should get some food.
Probably. You choose a seat near the corner, one that is laid for dinner and offers a clear view of the hall. A serving girl soon appears, carrying a platter laden with roasted meat, and she proceeds to stack a generous helping on your plate. 2 gold crowns, if you please, sir, she says, presenting an open hand bloodied by the food. You pay, and settle
With
down.
your life.
Then settle down to your feast. Yeah, your story ends here.
Oh.
I would not put it past this fucking book. Anyways, please continue.
While you are eating, you are approached by the innkeeper. He is a fat, oily individual with small, piggish eyes. My lad tells me he tended to a mare. She's in good hands here. The best stables in all of Corlin. The man shifts nervously from one foot to the other, as if uncomfortable in your presence. You'll be wanting a room, I take it. You finish a mouthful of food before nodding your reply. You're in luck, my friend, he answers, obviously relieved that you have turned out to be a paying guest. We have 1 room left, room 17. He produces a plain iron key from his apron pocket and sets it down beside your plate. That'll be 3 gold crowns, sir, in advance. You pay the innkeeper. I put the gold. You are down to 10 gold crowns, my friend.
I'm fine with that.
We just started.
I'm comfortable with this. I am comfortable with this.
Suddenly, there is a mighty crash as the hall doors slammed shut. Into the tavern strides a black-browed young lordling, wearing a flamboyant costume of ebony and gold. He makes a ceremonious display of removing his velvet cloak and pompously demands food and wine, and it takes 3 serving girls and the innkeeper to see to his wishes. His manner is so insulting that you are not surprised to see that the many scars that disfigure his young face. He must be continually provoking fights and duels. The lordling chooses to seat himself at a table already occupied by a small, thin, inoffensive old man. Within seconds, there is a thunderous outburst of foul language. The lordling grabs the old man by the throat, lifts him one-handedly from his seat, and hurls him to the floor. "You sniveling toad! How dare you sit with me!" he bellows. And here's that beautiful, beautiful man.
Sexy.
Mm-hmm.
Bewildered and frightened, the little man fumbles an apology, but to no avail. The lordling kicks back his chair and towers over the wretch. His hand clasps around the hilt of the sword. The tavern crowd view the scene with relish, like spectators in a Vasagonian arena, for the lordling clearly intends to kill the old man. If you possess a bow, you do. Okay. But are you sure he wants to use it? I guess.
Just immediately.
All right.
I have it, so I must use.
Usually it says if you have a bow and wish to use it, but I guess this time,
No, you just have to.
With the speed and grace of movement that marks you as a Kai master, you load, take aim, and fire. Your arrow pierces. I think that just marks off one of your arrows. Yeah, there you go. Pierces the lordling's forearm as his sword descends, causing the blow to splinter stone, not skull. He utters a shrill cry and spins backward, cradling his wounded arm as he falls. "Curse you, you scum!" he shrieks. "I am a Rourke, highborn of armory. I shall have your life for this. Mark my words!" Trembling in pain and fury, he staggers to his feet and demands his sword and cloak from the innkeeper before stumbling into the night with a welter of threats and curses.
Didn't you just try to kill the innkeeper, or was I mistaken about that?
No, you tried to kill the young lordling.
No. The guy who he tried...
No, he's trying to kill an inoffensive little old man
Oh.
that was sitting at the table he chose
I
to sit
shouldn't
at.
have done that.
No.
He would have been rewarded like a keeper.
"My humble thanks," says the frail old man as you help him to his feet. "I am forever in your debt."
That's not going to take long.
Taking him by the arm, you escort him to his table where he gathers up his scattered belongings. "My name is Cyrus. I am a magician," he says meekly, as if apologizing for some weakness or abnormality. "I claim no great understanding of the arcane. My talents are modest by any standard. I only dabble in simple tricks, earning my keep with amusements and sleight of hand to amuse the quarters of Vereda. Your eyes obviously betray you. The old man is quick to note your sudden interest in the word Veretta. Do you wish to ask him about the lodestones of Veretta, or do you wish to not question him and just bid him good night?
Let's question him.
Caution to the wind. The old man narrows his mousy eyes and looks at you with a cautious stare.
It is but a legend. Some say it contained great power. Others say its power existed only in the minds of those who craved it. Whatever the truth is, the Lorestone has been lost for hundreds of years.
You sense, probably with your sixth sense, that the old magician is not telling you all that he knows about the Lorestone. Do you wish to identify yourself and tell him the nature of your quest, or not?
Well, since he's forever in my debt and totally in an open bar that everybody can actually hear all of this, sure, let's identify myself.
That's not important. Cyrus' eyes open with such surprise that you can see the startled whites around his mousy brown pupils.
Lone Wolf,
He whispers incredulously.
I should have known. Humble apologies, my lord. I thought you sought the Lorestone for less than honorable reasons.
Cyrus talks at great length about the legends of the Lorestone. You learn that it remained in Veretta after Sun Eagle's quest, where it was set into the throne of Lyrus in the Tower of the King. Hundreds of years ago, during the War of the Lorestone, it was stolen by a Salanese prince called Castor. Oh my god, we know.
Hey, I think I read this page before.
Pockface already told us all this. Let's see. Is there anything he didn't say? Fell in the river. There are many accounts of the scepter having been found, but they were okay. Yeah, it's literally the same thing.
Oh, it happens at the end, though.
Cyrus does not know where the Lorestone is, but he does know a man in Veretta who claims to know its exact whereabouts.
Let me ride with you to Veretta. In return for the privilege, I shall take you to this man.
Your basic Kai instincts tell you that his offer is genuine. You nod your agreement and arrange to meet him in the tavern courtyard at dawn. You know, your sixth sense. It's never steered you wrong.
It's nothing. Alright, let's do this.
A shrill crock crow heralds the break of day. By the time you are dressed and gathered together your equipment, Cyrus is waiting for you in the courtyard below.
A glorious day,
He says cheerfully, pointing up at the cloudless sky with a slender oaken staff.
We'll have no difficulty reaching the halfway inn by nightfall.
You bid farewell to the innkeeper and his son and urge your horses out onto the narrow street that leads to the West Gatehouse. By mid-morning, you are riding across gentle hills crested with yellow-leaved trees. The hilltops are shrouded by mist, but occasional rays of sunshine break through and lighten the lush green fields below. Time passes swiftly as Cyrus recounts the histories and legends of the area. You learn that the rich and fertile kingdoms bordering the River Storn have a wild and turbulent past, swept by wars, divided by empires, split by national rivalries, and the ambitions of petty princes who prey upon one another and the rest of the populace. Lyrus is embroiled in war with Magador, Delden with Salony, and Salony with Slavia. Battles are fought, lives are lost, and the land is pillaged with grim regularity. Only the mercenaries and the crows seem to prosper from the continual conflicts. And we have a picture of crows prospering from conflicts.
Sweet. Stupid crows.
It is mid-afternoon when you catch sight of a small village on the road ahead. There are many wagons parked at the side of the highway, and a crowd has gathered in a field nearby. As you ride past, you notice a large placard nailed to one of the wagons. Archery tournament. Entrance fee, 2 gold crowns. First prize, the silver bow of Duradon. Do you wish to enter the tournament?
I want to do that, yes.
Do it. Cyrus offers to stay and look after the horses while you take part in the contest. He says that archery holds no interest for him, but you suspect that it is just an excuse to take an afternoon nap. You hand him the reins of your horse and hurry to join the line of men waiting to enter the tournament field. The event reminds you of a Summerlunding village pageant, and the jugglers and dancers and the numerous sideshows all add to the festive spirit. Eventually, you reach the gate where the cheerful old lady is collecting 2 gold crowns. You're down to 8. Entrance fee. You hand over your crowns, remember to mark these off your action chart, and enter the large tent where the other competitors are stringing their bows.
Like how you read, remember to mark these off in your action chart. That was great. Thank you.
You're welcome. If you have a bow, which you do, so you don't need to choose one of theirs. A small, flat-faced man dressed in a silver-braided jerkin enters the tent and calls for everyone's attention. Quickly he explains the rules that govern the tournament and then ushers you onto the range. At the far end of the field is a line of targets, each with 10 colored rings marked 0 through 9. Each archer is given 3 arrows, with which he must gain a minimum score of 8 in order to qualify for the next round of the tournament. Pick 3 numbers on the random number table and add them together. If you have the Mandicite discipline of weapon mastery with the bow, you add 3 to your total. Okay, I see. In this case, the weapon mastery with a bow bonus is added once to the entire total of 3 picks, not each pick.
Okay. I was about to say, do I immediately win then?
Shot 1. 7.
I win.
Shot 2. Good God.
I win.
Shot 3. Ah.
Whatever.
Nicely done, though. Your score qualifies you to place in the final for only one other archer who scored in more than 8 points. Maybe they didn't think this tournament through too carefully. You know, tournament's supposed to last a while, have some tension. Oh, whatever. His name is Atlan. A tall man with rugged features, a ranger from the mountains to the north. He wields a longbow of orange tower wood, and his skills with his weapon are formidable. It will be a difficult contest. What's old? New?
I don't know. Save, I guess?
Yeah, let's do that. Save. The tournament final is played out using the normal rules for combat. Oh, I see. So I can choose, so if I do this... Wait. Load game. Okay. New? That just lowers his combat skill. Right. So, you know what, Inferno? I'm going to let you choose this one.
Ooh, okay.
The old way, the guy he's facing has a combat skill of 30. The new way, he has a combat skill of 28. Let me read the rules first before... the tournament final is played out using the normal rules for combat. The only difference is that you begin with 50 endurance or target points. Any endurance points that you may lose are deducted from these target points. Your normal endurance score remaining unchanged throughout the contest. The first one to lose all 50 of his target points loses the tournament. You need not erase any errors. And hang on, there's a footnote. For this combat, you may not gain bonuses from a shield or any weapon other than a bow. In this case, weapon mastery with the bow grants a +3 combat skill bonus points that that normally grant rather than Other restrictions may apply depending on your interpretation of the rules. If you're using the Chikan, you're not.
Okay, so I understand the rules, but what does old way or new way mean?
Basically, old just means that his opponent's combat skill is 30. New means his opponent's combat skill is 28. So new is slightly easier, old is slightly harder. But keep in mind...
no, if you hover over it, it actually has a description.
Oh, does it? Oh, okay. Click this button to choose the old original combat scores, which is 30 and 50, and the new one is 28 and 50 from the new version of the book. So the reprinted version has a slightly smaller...
Well, you know what? Mm-hmm. Newer is better.
All right. So we'll go with new. And considering you have a combat skill of 21, I think that might be for the best. So let's do this. Fight! +2 for Mind Blast, +2... Oh! You get to use Mind Blast no matter what. You're Mind Blasting him!
No, I have a freaking -7 on this.
Yeah, but you're Mind Blasting him. All right. But you did get a really good roll. That's an okay roll.
This is gonna hurt, isn't it?
Yeah, it's gonna hurt. But you're still above him. You're still above him. You're mind blasting your opponent. That's cheating.
It's not against the rules. I read it. It said nothing against Mind Blast.
Oh, you need some good rolls. That's not a
Yes,
good
I
roll.
do. That's a good roll. No, that's fine. I am
still above.
I am ahead. Yes.
Come on. Oh, that's a good roll.
Okay, yeah.
Whew, that's a good roll. That'll get you a bit more above him. And... Oh!
Yeah, looks like this is going to keep rolling until I roll fairly low.
You're only 2 points ahead of him now. Oh! Nice. Very lucky. This is tense, actually.
Where's my zeros?
Oh!
2. God damn it.
Oh!
That's going to hurt.
Yeah, it is going to hurt. He's ahead
God.
now. Oh!
Oh, just screw you, game.
Oh, balls.
I have to roll zeros now. I'm dead. Why does he have a 28?
Yeah, that's crazy.
What the flip is he using that he has a freaking 28 in combat?
Yeah, his archery skill.
So are you dead or are you just defeated?
No, just defeated. Like, he
then
just
there
lost
you
the
go.
tournament, yeah.
Yeah.
Ouch. A loud cheer shatters the silence as Atlan's winning arrow hits the target. The villagers are thrilled to have witnessed such an exciting tournament and surge across the field, eager to offer Alten their praise and congratulations. As the tall woodsman disappears from view amid the teeming crowd, you take the opportunity to slip away unnoticed. You didn't borrow a bow, so that sucks, because the silver bow is actually pretty cool. All right.
Yep.
A shock awaits you as you return to Cyrus. Both he and your horse have vanished. At first you curse him, thinking that he has wandered off to a nearby ale tent for a drink, but when you discover his oaken staff laying beside the road, you sense that something is seriously wrong. You climb to the top of a parked wagon and strain your eyes in all directions for some clue of his whereabouts. Suddenly you see him surrounded by a group of cavalrymen galloping away to the west. You count 6 of them, plus a riderless horse. Your horse. Then you notice that the conveniently hitched to the back of the packed wagon is a saddled horse. Do you wish to give chase, or do you wish to try and find the horse's owner and buy it first?
There's no time to have polite... I do what policemen do. I take first and ask for apologies later.
Good idea. You have barely covered 100 yards when you hear a frantic cry, "Horse thief! Horse thief! Don't let him get away!" You tighten your grip and urge the horse along the highway as it dips and bends, following the low hedge ground that borders the tournament field. The cry alerts some men from the archery competition, and they soon appear in a line at the edge of the field. As they see you approach, they draw their bows to fire. This is not your day.
They don't like you, Piph.
5 or below.
Oh, no.
No! You died!
I died.
Hey, on the bright side, you get to try the competition again.
Yay!
See?
Huzzah!
Small, thank heaven for its little miracles.
Indeed. Alright, so. Fight! Let's try this again. It's probably still going to be really hard to win, but oh, you got a 0.
There is 0. Thank God.
All right.
Zero's actually allowed me to not take damage
Yeah.
and take down his freaking points.
Another 0!
Yeah, fuck this guy.
Why? Because fuck him, that's why.
I hate this dude.
I hate him
Hey,
so much.
Jesus, Piph!
I know my future, and I'm not taking it.
Ah, there we go. There's a 2.
God damn it.
All
What an
right.
asshole.
God!
Oh, Piph, your anger is hilarious.
And apparently effective.
Mm-hmm.
He has a freaking 2 out of 10 to take no damage and get a freaking leg up on me. I have a 1 out of 10. I don't appreciate these odds.
Well, you should have bowed harder.
Don't
I am.
There you go. You are.
bow shame him.
I'm freaking zeroing the shit out of this battle.
You are
I am
bowing.
not having it.
You are bowing the hardest.
I am going to roll straight 1s and 2s from now.
Oh man, you got this. There's no way he can win now unless you just roll
No.
straight. Yeah, so unless you roll straight
1s
ones
and
and
2s.
2s.
There's a 2.
Okay, maybe I spoke too soon.
See, that's the thing. He can't I cannot wear him down. That's
Right.
the.
But you 1 point left, Piph. 1 point.
I just need to not roll
You got
a one
it.
or
You got
there
it.
we go.
You got it. Nicely done, Piph. Nicely done. You had to roll so many zeros, and you still only had 7 left.
Yeah.
All right. So you won. A loud cheer shatters the silence as your arrow strikes home. You have won! The villagers are thrilled to have witnessed such an exciting tournament and crowd around you to offer their praise and congratulations. The little man in the braided jerkin presents you with your prize, a magnificent bow made from the wood of a silver oak tree. This weapon will add 3 points to your total whenever you are using a bow and are instructed to pick a number from the random number table. That's in addition to your weapon skill.
Oh, wow.
So you get to add 6, basically, from now on.
Whenever I use a bow. Very nice.
Let me, hang on.
Let's
Let
go
me
ahead and
save. Also, because this is a special item, I don't know if it counts
doesn't
as a
take
weapon.
up
I don't know for sure. Like the Summerswerd, I don't think does. Yeah, no, it doesn't take up a weapon slot.
Oh, fantastic.
Which, by the way, should we unequip the Summersword for now? You've been walking around with this baby.
No. I'm okay with that.
Okay. Alright. So, after making a short speech to thank the villagers for their generosity, you shoulder your prize and head back to Cyrus with the good news.
Oh, boy.
And turn to page 33.
Squee. Oh, boy. This asshole.
A shock awaits you on your return to Cyrus. The things you know, he's gone. The things by the staff
Should
on
I-
the road.
Look. I did not expect a freaking firing line to happen when I took a horse.
I understand.
That was weird.
Though, well, I wouldn't say that's weird. You did steal a horse.
Yeah.
Well,
but
if we look at this like back in medieval times, horse thieving was like one of the harshest crimes out there.
Yeah, it's like stealing your car and your livelihood at the same time. It's like stealing your car and robbing your house.
So
It's-
back then, I could definitely see people just going to town with arrows.
yeah,
Right.
you're an asshole. Thief.
From their point of view.
From their point of view, not you, actual.
All right, what do you want to do, Piph? You could just try and rely on your luck on the
You know
random
what,
number
let's-
table.
Let's talk to the dude.
All right.
Uh,
All right, sure. You do not have to look very far for the horse's owner. At this very moment, he is striding towards you. Suddenly, he recognizes you and salutes you with a friendly wave. If you won the archery contest, which you did, it is Altan! Before you can explain what has happened, he shakes your hand and congratulates you on your prowess with the bow. For in spite of his defeat, he is eager to show that he bears no grudge. You thank him and go on to explain your sorry predicament. I think we can make a deal, he says, eyes glancing at your silver bow.
fuck you. I'm taking the horse. I hate this guy. No.
No, bad.
Fine, if you will not part with the bow, then perhaps you have something else of value that will persuade me to part with my horse, he says shrewdly. Alton will accept
What
either
a
2
true
special
motherfucker.
items or 20 gold crowns in exchange for his horse.
Oh, I'm half tempted to just load and try to take the horse from him.
You could give him a bluestone triangle and a badge of rank or a brass whistle. You give him a brass whistle and a badge of rank for his
Just
horse.
tell him like this great story about it. Be like, yeah, you know, this brass whistle. It's the shit.
You'd totally be screwing him over.
But my badge of rank, though.
Okay, give him
I
the
keep
bluestone
that.
triangle and the brass whistle. Give him the Summersword.
Here's the summer sword and the bow that you wanted.
You know, just ignore the fact that if it's ever wielded by a non-Kai Lord, it'll lose all of its abilities forever.
It's- I have the dagger of Vishna.
God.
Okay. So remember all those like freaking maps and stuff that you're just like, oh yeah, we'll just deposit those.
Uh-huh.
God damn. You don't need these, even though you have infinite space.
So
We're
look,
just gonna put
I
this
know it's a
away.
horse, but how about a map of Summerland?
I have 2 different maps.
Do you wish to accept his proposal or not?
Let's see. If you can't or wish to agree on this, can I? Oh man, I really just want to steal his horse.
Well,
I just want to look him straight in the eye and steal his horse.
you can choose not to agree to his proposal.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Fuck this guy.
You decline the offer and go in search of some other means of finding Cyrus. The village stables are locked and guarded, but at the rear of the blacksmithy you discover just what you were looking for. A young stallion. You know what? Here's what I'll do, Piph. To overcome the boundaries of the book. Instead of making you steal someone else's horse, we can reload and you can steal
my
his.
horse.
And we could play it off like this. You decline his offer, walk over to his horse, and take
yeah, fuck this guy. I'm stealing his horse. I hate him.
He never did anything to
Piph,
you.
It's a strong word. You realize that, right?
I want him to no longer exist.
But he didn't do anything to you.
Yes, did you see the last time where he fucked me over? Twice.
You've barely covered 100 yards when you hear a frantic cry, "Horse thief, don't let him get away!" You tighten your grip and prepare for the arrows coming. You made it this time. Arrows scream past on all sides. One shaft gouges a furrow in the skin of the horse's rump, causing him to twist and buck. You shorten the reins and urge him forward. Your quick thinking helps you regain control of the frightened animal. Soon you are well out of range of the deadly arrows. You have taken his horse.
I just looked him dead in the eye and just went, no, and got on his horse and rode off.
The chase takes you deep into the heart of the Veritian hills. Soon the highway dips and twists, plunging into the valleys and hollows carved by the fast-flowing streams, and climbing through the dense woodland that clings precariously to every precipice and crag. You often lose sight of the riders, but your basic Kai skills of tracking and hunting enable you to follow their trail with ease. It is not until you reach a tiny village perched on the edge of the tree-lined crag that their trail becomes indistinct. However, you notice that at the far side of the village, a stony hill track branches from the main highway and ascends into the trees. You don't have pathmanship, so do you want to continue along the highway or follow the hill track?
I would like to look at my map, please.
All right, sure. Just 1 second. Sorry, guys. I'm going to... we got about 10 minutes, and I'm going to have to break so that I got to go run a quick errand that I just found out before we do riffs.
Okay, so where am I?
You are...
Right there. So I went around the crack.
I think you're right here.
guess.
You're right here. You're like right here somewhere.
So there's a thing towards a hill that's not particularly shown on the map, so that's...
Right.
Wait, no, there's the hills. If they're evil bastards, they might actually...
Wait. Where'd the river go? The river goes into this town and then disappears. Rivers don't do that. What?
This one does.
Oh wait, unless it starts in the town, like the town just produces so much water, they make the river.
I don't know. If I knew anything about the identities of these dudes, as far as I can tell, it's just people that want information. And I don't know how they're probably bringing it to somebody. Towards the hills is towards the crack, which is where all of the Stygian Abyss or whatever.
Trust your sixth sense, then.
Alright. I'm probably gonna make a bad decision, but I lost track. The Hills B thing. I was really hoping to just catch up with them because of this whole stealing a horse immediately thing.
I understand.
But, let's go towards the hill.
All right. Near the crest of the hill, there is a small hut built close to the track. Outside on the porch sits an old woman who is peeling fruit with a wooden knife. She smiles, a gap-toothed smile, and bids you welcome as you bring your horse to a halt. If you wish to ask her if she has seen any riders pass her home, turn to 110. If you decide to ignore her, she smiles at you and you just go on.
I would like to ask her if there's been people riding across.
None passing by here, she says, her voice heavy with a Highland accent. Track to the top of the beacon hill, and no more than that. You sense the old woman is telling the truth. The riders have not come this way, and the track leads nowhere. It is a dead end, you thank her, and bid farewell before turning around and descending the track.
Oh boy.
Well done. As you reach the junction with the highway, you see the raiders emerging in single file behind a derelict cottage. They draw themselves into a circle in the middle of the village, and although they are out of earshot, you can tell by their movements and frantic gestures they are having a heated argument. Suddenly the circle breaks, and they ride towards you, with Cyrus, still unconscious, in tow behind the last rider. You urge your horse off along the track and take cover among the dense trees. If you have a bow and wish to want to ambush them as they ride past your hiding place, or do you wish to attack the last rider and recapture Cyrus, or do you decide to let them pass and follow them?
Sneaky, take them out, or sneaky, take them out.
Or follow.
Well, yeah, I don't really have the camouflage thing, and I do have a sweet bow in the bow skill. I think I might want to go with that one.
Okay. Your ambush catches the enemy by surprise, making them panic and fly in all directions. At such close range, your arrow pierces the chainmailed chest of the rider holding Cyrus's horse and kills him instantly. Remember to duck. Okay, here. As he tumbles to the ground, you break cover, exploding through the bushes and scooping the reins from the dead man's horse. Angry shouts echo in the wake, and you take off along the highway with the wizard and his horse by your side.
Sweet.
Well done. Your immediate peril stops you dwelling too much on the reason why these riders should try to abduct Cyrus. However, it does occur to you that he's neither wealthy nor powerful, and so poor a prospect for... Yeah, but he's... I don't think that would occur to Lone Wolf. He's old. I think Lone Wolf would understand. They wanted the old crazy man for his money. As you reach the bottom of the wooded crag, a stone church and graveyard loom into view at a point where the highway turns sharply to the west. Blocking the road on a charger as black as midnight sits a scar-faced young man. His eyes set in a white and disfigured face burn with a cold, dark glow. You recognize him immediately. It is Rark, the lordling you defeated in the Barrel Bridge Tavern. You don't have a silver brooch. No, you don't, so... I don't remember what that was.
Wouldn't it suck if you gave away your silver brooch to that guy who
God.
wanted to sell the horse? Like, you asshole.
Suddenly the riders appear and spread out in a semicircle to surround you. "We have a debt to settle, Northlander," hisses Rorark, his lips drawn back from his teeth in a contemptuous sneer. "I demand payment in full." Madness flashes in his glaring eyes as he removes an amulet from around his neck and holds it high into the air. "Come, come, Tagazin, I summon thee! From the pit of eternal pain I summon thee!" The skin on your arms and neck prickles with dread as the sound of Rourke's terrible invocation, and you must cast your eyes around you for an escape route. Only the churchyard offers a way past Rourke and his men, but as you spur your horse through the stone gateway, you suddenly frozen with terror by what you see before you. Above the church, a whirlpool of darkness is taking form, casting a tomb-like chill on everything beneath. Frost crystallizes on the grass and the flowers, and a terrible sound fills the air as the earth begins to shake. Cracks appear in the ground beneath you, and suddenly a score of fleshless hands burst through the frozen soil to grab your horse. Shrieking with terror, it rears up, and you are thrown into the waiting arms of the waking dead. If you're using the Summerswerd, you may double... Yeah, okay. Which you already are using the Summersword.
I am using the Summersword.
Alright, due to the surprise of the attack, deduct 2 points from your combat skill for the first 2 rounds of combat, unless you have the Magnified Discipline of Hunt Mastery. The undead are immune to Psi Surge and Mind Blast. Also, unless you possess the Magnified Discipline of Nexus, you must deduct 2 endurance points for every round of combat you fight due to the intense cold. But, Summersword.
I used the Summersword.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Huh.
I hit really hard with the Summersword.
You double kill them. You times 2 kill them.
And it just gets right back up.
How do you doubly kill someone? As you destroy the last of the fleshless skeletons, you see that the struggle has spread beyond the walls of the churchyard. From the depths of the open crypt, a shambling mass of zombies are hurling themselves at the riders, tearing the terrified warriors from their saddles. Roark's summonation has gone horribly out of control. No living creature is safe from the terror he has unleashed. The lordling turns and gallops away in blind panic, leaving his followers to their grisly deaths. As he disappears, the swirling funnel of darkness slowly fades, and the undead stagger and fall, crumbling into dust, which is carried away on the evening breeze. You rush to aid the old magician, who lies mortally wounded, pinned beneath the body of his dead horse. As you cradle his head in your hands, his eyes flicker open, and he forces a whisper from his blood-flecked lips. Brass Street, you have
I already
curing.
know that. Sir, I already know that.
You concentrate all your powers of curing, transmitting the warmth created by your Magnikai skill through your hands into the shattered body of the magician. His frail shoulders tremble as he forces himself to whisper once more. Brass Street, Veretta, find Granian the sage. He will help you. Help your quest. A trickle of blood seeps from the corner of the old man's mouth as his eyes flicker and close. He is dead.
Son of a bitch healing, good for nothing.
You bury him in the graveyard of the church where he fell, and say a silent prayer to the spirits of the Kai to watch over him on his final journey. A sadness fills your heart that you weren't paid after his death, and you take one last look at the oaken staff that marks his grave before setting off on the highway to Veretta. You know, honestly, I'm starting to think that anyone that travels with you is going to die sooner or later.
Yeah, I should just send most of them home.
You should. At least you saved them.
I saved them all.
All right.
40 of them.
We're going to have to save and end the Lone Wolf stream here this week. We'll continue again next week as he travels alone to Veretta. Woohoo! Everyone on the stream, thanks for joining. We'll be right back in like half an hour or so for riffs. So don't
riffs.
Don't go too far. Bye-bye, everyone.